It is a major status symbol, a private jet that can be ready at the drop of a hat and take you anywhere in the world. But a plane can also be a red flag for a judge deciding whether to grant bail. We're digging into Sean Combs' use of his multi-million-dollar jet and what information prosecutors could maybe glean from it as he faces racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
What up, yo? How you doing? Place right home.
Federal agents recently uncovered a troubling discovery aboard Diddy's private jet, adding to the growing list of serious allegations against him. During a routine inspection, agents found several firearms and large amounts of illegal drugs on the plane. This discovery makes things even worse for Diddy, who is already facing charges related to drug trafficking, racketeering, and distributing illegal substances. Presence of firearms on his jet raises even more questions about his possible involvement in criminal activities. Guns are often linked to organized crime, and this find suggests that Diddy might be tangled up in more than just his music career.
Diddy's private jet Gulfstream 5, owned by Love Air LLC, was tracked to Antigua amidst raids on his LA home. And according to TMZ, the jet, which he has used for years, landed on the island, although it's unclear if Diddy was...
Discovery of illegal drugs adds another layer of concern, hinting that Diddy could be involved in drug trafficking. Recent reports have brought even more attention to Diddy's private jet, a sleek, all-black Gulfstream G550 after a search led by the NYPD uncovered shocking evidence. Known for his extravagant lifestyle, Diddy has always flaunted his wealth, and his Gulfstream G550 is just one of many symbols of his luxury.
Combs was recently considered one of the richest music artists in the world. In fact, in 2022, Forbes estimated he was worth almost $1 billion. The only hip-hop artist to reach that threshold before him was Jay-Z a few years ago. But Combs has always flashed his money, right? Going all the way back to the start of Bad Boy Records in the 1990s. By 2002, he was listed as one of America's richest 40 under 40 by Fortune. Now, of course, Combs' net worth is believed to have dropped thanks to several high-profile lawsuits, bad press, his eventual arrest on federal criminal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution. But going back to this at hand, over the years, Combs has shown off his mansions, his cars, his wardrobe, and of course, what we're going to talk about right now, his private jets.
My first time in this thing.
It's gonna be better once some stuff is swapped.
Smell of newness. It's fresh mahogany.
So we have this Gulfstream, a G550. It was registered by Love Air LLC sometime in 2020 or 2021. And here's a question. Is there more to that plane or another plane that meets the eye? Could that plane be a source of evidence of anything?
Diddy's Gulfstream G550 jet has long been a symbol of his success, but is now at the center of a growing controversy. Known for its luxury and high-tech features, this jet recently raised suspicions after reports claimed it had evaded tracking systems on air navigation websites, making it almost invisible to authorities watching nearby air traffic. This has led to rumors that the jet might have been used for a secret escape plan, possibly to help Diddy avoid legal trouble. Investigators believe the G550's advanced avionics and stealth capabilities could have allowed it to operate under the radar, making it a prime choice for covert operations. The mystery deepened when reports surfaced that Diddy had taken one of the shortest private jet flights ever recorded, just 8 miles from Los Angeles to Antigua, coinciding with a federal raid on his properties in Miami and LA. This has only fueled further speculation about the connection between his jet and his ongoing legal issues.
Diddy has been arrested in New York City after a grand jury indictment, and we have the breaking news. Though charges in the indictment are unknown, Billboard has confirmed the arrest. The rap mogul has been hit with at least 8 civil lawsuits alleging sexual abuse over the past year. Now, according to TMZ, Diddy was taken into federal custody at the FBI's Manhattan field office. In a statement to Billboard, an attorney for Diddy said, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." We'll keep you posted as the story develops. For everything we know, head to Billboard.com.
Choice to take such a short flight in a private jet has certainly raised some eyebrows, given the high cost and environmental impact of private jet travel, especially on short trips like this one. Many are questioning the decision. Private jets are known for their large carbon footprints, and using one for a flight as brief as 8 miles has drawn criticism for its wastefulness. Adding fuel to the fire, TMZ confirmed reports that Diddy's jet was tracked flying to a Caribbean island just as federal agents raided his homes in the U.S. Meanwhile, Diddy is facing serious allegations involving his private jet. Authorities claim that he used it for more than just personal travel, allegedly transporting women for trafficking purposes. According to his indictment, Diddy is accused of flying women and adult workers across state lines for illegal activities, taking advantage of his jet's ability to evade regular tracking systems.
Holmes has been denied bail in connection with the sexual abuse and sex trafficking charges he faces. And as Les Trump reports, the music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here. Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent a harrowing year in federal custody. He says for someone used to a life of luxury like Diddy, prison life is a severe shock.
You have a desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
Diddy's lawyers were so eager to keep him out of jail, they offered his palatial $48 million home in Miami Beach and his private jets as bail. Today, they are even offering to restrict female visitors to his homes, except for his mother, daughters, and the mothers of his children if he is released. They told the judge the jail he was being sent to is dreadful, dirty, inhuman, and an ongoing tragedy.
How's your dad doing? How's your dad doing?
Family members appeared somber as they arrived at federal court in Manhattan today in another attempt to get out on bail.
These new allegations suggest that Diddy may have used his private jet not just for travel, but to help cover up his activities. Sources claim that before law enforcement could raid his Los Angeles and Miami homes, Diddy used his signature black jet to remove potentially damaging evidence. It's believed he deployed the jet to secretly transport incriminating items out of reach, trying to block the investigation. The jet's ability to quickly move and avoid detection made it an ideal tool for this type of operation. If these claims are true, they could add even more pressure to Diddy's already growing legal trouble.
You know, I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy, because that is a part of what happened here.
Wait a second, so Usher, Pink, Megan Fox, and a bunch of other celebrities are scrubbing all their information off of X, every tweet they've ever done. Well, that's very interesting. That's a rabbit hole in itself. But listen to what AOC is saying right here. They're coming for your free speech, y'all.
We're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment so that you can't just spew disinformation and misinformation. It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false. And so that's something that we're looking into.
Authorities continue to investigate. There are growing concerns about Diddy's efforts to interfere with the probe. The raid on his properties uncovered drugs and materials that appear to be linked to his alleged trafficking operations. Investigators believe that Diddy may have tried to hide or destroy evidence before the law enforcement search, possibly as part of a larger effort to obstruct the investigation. Despite these suspected attempts to cover up his tracks, the raid still managed to uncover crucial evidence that could play a major role in the case against him. This discovery has ramped up the investigation, raising new questions about the scope of Diddy's alleged activities and whether others may have been involved in helping him conceal evidence.
You say his fame makes him a target.
Yes, in my humble estimation, his life, his safety is in jeopardy in any correctional lockup right now. if it is true, as reported, that he is housed in the special housing unit, it's important to note that the special housing unit is a lockdown, 24-hour lockdown unit. The MDC Brooklyn is a high-rise. The vast majority of the floors are general population floors. But the special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown facility. So this is for Mr. Combs' protection. His incredible worldwide celebrity combined with the allegations, the charges now, and indictment, of course, of acts of violence against women make him a very attractive target.
All right.
Obviously, they need to safeguard him.
Diddy's private jet is back in the spotlight after it was reportedly seen in Florida shortly after the raids on his properties. This unexpected return has raised new suspicions among investigators, who now worry that the jet might still be used to move sensitive items or people linked to his alleged criminal activities. Authorities are closely monitoring its movements, fearing it could be used to transport evidence or individuals involved in the case. The investigation is ongoing and federal agents are continuing to gather more evidence. The items already discovered on Diddy's jet are just the beginning, and it's likely more will surface as the probe continues, potentially further implicating Diddy and his associates. The allegations have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with many of Diddy's former friends and business partners distancing themselves from him. There's growing concern about the long-term impact of these accusations, both for Diddy and those associated with him. The discovery of firearms and illegal substances on Diddy's private jet has raised even more alarms, deepening concerns about the scope of his alleged criminal activities. As explosive new details come out during his trial, many celebrities are now scrambling to distance themselves from him. They're taking major steps to avoid being linked to the scandal. Stars who were once close to Diddy or regularly attended his high-profile parties are quickly erasing any evidence of those past ties, deleting old photos, tweets, and posts. This rush to clean up social media is a sign of growing anxiety in Hollywood, where celebrities are doing everything they can to protect their reputations amid the mounting pressure surrounding Diddy's case. As the investigation continues, more and more people seem determined to sidestep any association with the unfolding drama.
Landing at Opa-locka Airport before noon on Wednesday. Outside his Star Island home in Miami Beach, 2 black SUVs guard the property. Today, one of Diddy's security guards seen wearing what appeared to be a bulletproof vest, putting up umbrellas to block the view. The Star's location remains unknown.
We know they got some information. That information was enough to get them a search warrant signed by a judge.
During an interview for this weekend's Voices with NBC6's Jawan Strader, Vic Williams, a retired special agent for Homeland Security investigations, says prosecutors will need to prove specific elements in this sex trafficking case.
Force, fraud, or coercion. Now, you have to have one of those elements. Now, the only time you don't is when it applies.
John Dale recently shared his thoughts on why so many celebrities who were once close to Diddy have stayed silent in the face of the mounting allegations against him. He suggested that fear of career fallout and job security might be playing a major role in their hesitation to speak out. In the entertainment industry, taking a stand for or against a powerful figure like Diddy can have serious consequences, including backlash and lost opportunities. For many, staying quiet might feel like the safest option to protect their reputation and future prospects. Dale's comments shed light on the complex dynamics of power and loyalty in Hollywood, where even long-standing relationships can be overshadowed by the risk of professional repercussions. The fear of damaging one's career often outweighs the desire to publicly support someone in the middle of such a high-profile scandal.
All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn. He still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein. He was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it. How the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here with that. If that was your daughter, would you let God handle it? All those people they ain't denounced him. They ain't definitely, they can't come forward and say, yo, I support him. Because it would mess up their brand. It would mess up their brand. Jay-Z, we the only one could call each other Sean. Jay is the only one could call me Sean. I'm the only one could call him Sean. Get the hell out of here. If that ain't no fun boy stuff.
As a result, many celebrities have been hesitant to publicly support Diddy, aware of the potential professional risks that come with taking a stand in such a high-profile and charged situation. Jane Dale's insights offer a deeper look into the power dynamics at play in Hollywood, where fear of backlash often keeps people silent. He also suggested that some celebrities might have been complicit in or comfortable with the environment Diddy operated in, especially if they benefited from it in some way. This sense of complicity can make it harder to challenge or criticize the status quo. Additionally, the entertainment industry has fostered a culture of silence where maintaining a polished public image is paramount. Speaking out on sensitive issues, especially those involving misconduct, can lead to negative publicity, which many in Hollywood are eager to avoid. This dynamic not only protects powerful figures like Diddy, but also silences others who may be aware of troubling behaviors but fear the consequences of speaking out. In a related development, there has been a troubling report about Diddy's private jet. Sources within a prison facility have claimed that the distinctive all-black Gulfstream G550 was spotted nearby, triggering heightened security and raising suspicions. The sighting of the jet has sparked concerns that it could be part of an escape plan or other illicit activities, prompting authorities to increase vigilance. Guards and staff are reportedly keeping a closer watch on inmates and their communications, as the presence of Diddy's jet near the facility adds yet another layer of tension to his already complicated legal troubles. As the investigation progresses, this new development raises more questions about the extent of Diddy's network and what lengths he might be willing to go to avoid facing the law.
His sons, forget about his girls. He just decided, I'm gone. I think he knew the feds were coming. They hit him all three of his homes, Miami, LA, and New York. And he tried to get on a plane, y'all, and take off. But, the feds, how those guys are good at what they do. Homeland Security, human trafficking. P. Diddy been accused of all type of craziness, bro. Him killing his wife, doing all type of stuff, bro. The Tupac scandal that's going on, man, it's so much. Like I've been telling everybody, bro, 2024 is gonna expose so much people, bro. He was trying to run on his private jet. Nobody. That's one thing I know. Whatever you do in the dark is gonna come to the light. So
private jet is now being compared to O.J. Simpson's infamous white Bronco, with both representing high-profile attempts to dodge justice. Just like the white Bronco became an iconic symbol during O.J.'s chase, Diddy's Gulfstream G550, known for its ability to evade air traffic tracking, has captured the public's attention as his legal troubles unfold. One former user even tweeted, "Diddy's private jet is the 2024 version of O.J.'s white Bronco." The comparison highlights how his jet has become a symbol of the ongoing drama surrounding his case. With shocking discoveries coming to light about what's been found on his plane, it's no surprise that people are drawn to the story. What do you think about these startling revelations on Diddy's private jet? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Wait, this trial's then gonna happen in May?
It's unlikely, especially if there's a superseding indictment involving minors, because minors present a completely different set of circumstances. Because we know through his lawyers, Combs is arguing that the sexual activity happened, but it was consensual. Of course, for sex trafficking, you need one of those three elements: force, fraud, or coercion. Obviously, minors cannot consent to any sexual activity, so that would be a very different defense entirely. The defense would have to be that the activity didn't happen at all and the individuals are lying. So I think that's going to be the potential game changer if we do get the minors wrapped up into a superseding indictment. And we know, at least if you believe the civil attorneys, there are 25 minor victims, one of which is as young as 9.
And those suits haven't been filed yet, but that's what Tony Busby, this Texas attorney, has indicated that we should expect to see in these lawsuits. Elizabeth, I want to go to you. So as our other Elizabeth said, there was nothing about bail. And that's not surprising because that issue of bail has now been appealed to a different court, to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. I was going over the paperwork from Sean Combs' attorneys. We have two questions about that. Number one, from Simply Sarah on YouTube, his lawyer did file bail paperwork. Yes. This is the second question. This is from Simply Sarah. Oh, Simply Sarah had two bail questions. Second one is, was this his last chance for bail? Meaning the paperwork that he just filed.
Yeah, so they filed paperwork basically appealing the decision of the two prior judges denying him bail to the Second Circuit. And, technically, if they're denied, they do have another higher court, the U.S. Supreme Court, to go to, but I think that's very unlikely. I think this would be the final stop, them appealing to the Second Circuit.
What do you think of his arguments? And let me just lay out what some of these arguments are. So first they say, we have presented a very attractive bail package. We have put $50 million secured by two properties, 24/7 security monitoring from an outside security firm, no access to phone, no access to internet, visitor log,